All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Friday, and today we're going to do a real quick video here about these new Boldr Supply Company Journey 2s. These watches are on loan from Watches Galore. He got this tour started. They were just over at Marshall Time. Chris took a look at these. They've been around the horn. I will definitely leave a link to all the other videos of these watches out there. So, guys, I'm not a stranger to Boldr Supply Company. I've looked at a few of their watches on the channel, the Expedition, and of course the Journey, the first edition of the Journey. This is the Journey 2 chronograph. Very good looking watch, and I do have it in a couple of different colorways down here below, as you guys can see, the white and the black dial. Today we're going to mainly concentrate on this blue dial because it is my favorite of the bunch, to be honest with you. So, these watches are running the Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz movement. So if you're not familiar with that movement, it is a quartz movement that has mechanical aspects to it, especially in the chronograph. So what you get is you get a chronograph that operates very much like a mechanical watch, as you guys can see it ticking along there. And that's really nice, but what you also get is you get this clean snapback effect, which you get with this movement. So, also at the VK64 movement, you get a 24-hour subdial over here at the 3 o'clock position, and you get the 60-minute track over there, keeping track of your minutes for the chronograph countdown. You also get at the 6 o'clock position a date window, which is a very handy thing to have on this watch. Underneath this beautiful blue sunburst dial, as you guys can see, it's sandwich style, so those Arabic numerals are actually cut out of the dial. The BGW9 Superluminova underneath there actually shines through really great. We'll get a lume shot at the end, as we always do, guys. Beautiful case on this watch. This one happens to be all kind of bead blasted finish on this particular model. You guys can see that, and you can see the impressive 4.5 millimeter domed mineral glass crystal. It's a hardened, scratch-resistant mineral glass crystal, but boy, it is one heavy dome, as you guys can see there. And it doesn't really distort stuff too bad as you look at it from the side. A very rounded style case on this watch. Looks very, very nicely done. Gives that antique feel, especially with these, what I'd call a wire style lug. They're not an actual wire lug or anything like that, but they give that antique look. They are standard lugs, and they're 22 millimeter opening. This one is employing quick release pins on their genuine leather straps that Boldr Supply puts these watches on. On the back of the case here, you guys can see they always have unique case back engravings on these watches. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a first step. I think that's what that says. So it begins with a single step. Begins with a single step. And how true is that? Any adventure in life, 1,000 miles or not, you got to take that first step and jump in. So definitely a great looking watch. If you guys aren't familiar, the original Journey was Boldr Supply's very first watch. And so it's nice to see that they're going back to their first watch design and kind of giving new life to it and stuff like that. It was a very successful watch for them, and really a nice looking piece. Let me go ahead and bring up for you guys the other two models just so you can get a look at the faces, the dials, and stuff like that. Again, sandwich dial. This one has the white kind of sunburst effect with those black subdials with blue accents. Very nice there. And then this one, the black one. And the case, of course, on this is going to be a flat sandblasted black. I'm not sure exactly what kind of a coating they're using, but also a very nice looking watch. A little plain to me, the black one, compared to the white and the blue. But at the same time, some people like a very simple black dial, and I do like it. This blue really pops with these orange accents. Just a great, great looking watch altogether. 43 millimeters is the case dimension from side to side on this, just over, I think it's over 51 from lug tip to lug tip, but do remember that it is a very round watch case, so it's going to wear like a 43 all the way around. So we'll get this on the wrist here on my 7-inch wrist in just a second. Thick at 14.5 millimeters because of that heavily domed crystal and that screw down case back, which is a bit bulbous also there, but has a lot of wrist presence, as you guys will see going forward here. Great looking watch, guys. Let's go ahead and pause the camera, get this one on the wrist, and go out with a lume shot. All right, so there we go, guys. This is the watch on my 7-inch wrist. And yeah, it sits high, but the watch has good wrist presence. It doesn't look obnoxious, especially because, as you guys can see, those wire lugs really kind of trim it up a bit, and it doesn't create as much of an overhang on the wrist. They just kind of wrap around the wrist and stuff. So looks good, very comfortable. The weight of this watch, being that it's a Mecha Quartz movement, is nice. Doesn't burden the wrist or anything like that. I mean, look at the dial on this one. I mean, you really get a lot of pop off of that dial. All right, guys, let's dim the lights and let's go ahead and get a lume shot of the Boldr to go out with. All right, so here we go again where I've got the big Drillmaster flashlight actually employed for some real work. So we're gonna have to use the little guy here, one of my Surefires, but it will definitely light up the dial of the watch. So very, very nice lume, guys, on these watches. All of them glow like this, and once you charge them up like that, it will last throughout the night. Super great lume. Now, they have these listed at the site for 359 Singapore dollars, I think is what it was on the site. I'll leave a link down below, but I'm sure you can get these at a great deal, US dollar-wise. So I don't know what that conversion is, but I'm assuming it's going to be quite a bit less in US dollars. So great looking watch here from Boldr Supply. This is the Journey 2. Guys, check out the link down below where you can pick one of these up, and definitely a great watch. So if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.